Anybody have any questions or comments? Anyone had a life this week? One person. Tell me about your life. Thank God. 1 out of 1,000.
Yeah, I was going through a lot at work and really had to practice to observe all my thoughts and emotions that was really trying to kidnap me. And I was crying the tears, but I just really tried to not, call people or really involve myself in the drama, just sit with it.
Right.
But I'm amazed how persistent both the thought and the emotions and the spirit can be, and how it's really trying to lure you into this narrative that is not true.
Yeah.
And it feels like wearing glasses that you think that it is reality, but it's not. And you give it a few days and it's almost becoming sober. You're thinking, wow, imagine if I would have called all these people and really involved myself in this drama. I would have created like a new situation, and I would look at all these people and I would have blamed them for this drama, but it was actually me involving myself in it.
And so when it was telling you to make a call or do something, you didn't do it?
No, but it was really difficult to be disciplined.
It was difficult?
Yeah.
And
Not
nice.
difficult, but I really had to take a breath and really don't do it. Don't do it. Just sit with it. Just sit with it. And I was amazed because I was sitting at home and I could feel these tears and these emotions, and I told myself, spit. And it was, even though I could observe it, it was like the tears just kept on coming. I said, okay, I'm just going to sit with it now and see.
And what were the tears about?
I guess it felt like I was dying, but that is, of course, the ego dying because I've identified with the ego for so long, so it felt like me, but
Right.
it was not. And, I guess taking responsibility and not making yourself into a victim. And then before I came, last night I forgave my mother because I thought that would be appropriate considering today's theme. Yeah.
You called her up or you
I called her up, yeah.
How did it go?
First she reacted, what do you mean? And then after a while she could really see where I was coming from. And we had a great conversation about it. But yeah, I mean, she could really understand it because she's a priest, so she...
A priest?
She's
A priest?
Yeah.
Does the Pope know about that?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has she always been a priest? Like being raised by a priest woman?
Well, when I went with her, like I was in church a lot, but I was at her work and not in church because she never wanted to force her religion upon us, that
Right.
we need to explore our, yeah. But I've heard a lot about it and always took away from it, and this is the first time I've really been exploring Christianity in a new way. And really believe also in, like the forgiveness and, it's a new path, which is really happy about it.
And so is your mother married to your father?
No, she's married to a new priest now.
Oh, so was your father married to your mother when she was a priest?
Yeah.
And was he a priestess?
No, my father is an atheist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
A mess.
And so isn't it interesting that the thought was so heavy on you, it had you crying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever know anything about that before you start to pay attention to yourself, to know that stuff? Did you know all that was going on inside of you?
and that's what I came back to when I was reflecting over it the other day was, wow, that still exists inside of me, because I needed to have a conversation with a few people, and I felt so calm before, but during the conversation, I just felt something else was really trying to own me.
Yeah.
And it was, even though I could observe what was happening, my emotion was just, no, we need to defend, we need to justify,
Yeah.
we need to make yourself into a victim, it's not you. And it's just such a powerful force. And I've been practicing the silent prayer every morning, every night, and still when you're in certain situations, it's just this other
It's a
spirit
different
that
spirit,
just,
yeah. What a mess, huh?
Yeah, but I feel a lot of clarity, and it's really beautiful to feel and see the light if you can just sit through it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be tough at moments, but yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, growing a little bit taller every day.
Well, stay with it. It will become fun to you. If you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. I remember when I first forgave and woke up, and I started becoming aware of the ego thing, it was like, I ain't going through this. And it would tell me to give up, you might want to give up, and I would feel like crying because I feel like it's just not gonna work, but something would not let me give up. So it will get lighter and lighter and lighter until it will get to a point that's all you want to do is just work on yourself. There's no turning back.
Yeah, and I mean, I felt like even though I was going through this like illusion of pain, I still had fun with it, because I think when you can observe it, and I could feel that, you know, I'm feeling it, or something inside of me is feeling it, right? But it's not me.
Right.
So I could really enjoy the process, even though there was this illusion of pain and suffering in it, because I could be amazed over, wow, this is, because I also could recognize that it was not me.
Right.
But yeah, and then it's something inside of me that is feeling this or going through this, and I could observe that.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it's fun to grow.
Stay with it, stay with it. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
A husband?
No.
Oh, so you don't have to deal with any of that at this time.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is good, because
Yeah.
I had a partner for over 5-6 years.
You had a
and
partner?
Yeah, our boyfriend.
Another woman?
No, a boyfriend. Yeah.
Oh, a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Why you call a boyfriend a partner? A boyfriend, not a partner. It's
Okay,
a boyfriend.
A boyfriend then. And I think
What the? Partners are equal? I don't know. Are you equal to your partner? Oh. Go ahead.
and I think we both had to separate to work on ourselves, right? Because we were really trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And now when we speak, there is so much peace, because we're working on ourselves. And when some of the things that you've been talking about, when the man is correcting his woman and all of that, I would go crazy if he tried to correct me. And he did, and when I look back at it now, I can see really the purpose of it, and when it comes from a place of love, because it was never from a place of anger, it was always from a place of love.
Right.
I was just not, like, I didn't want to see it, right? I just wanted to see it as, yeah, you're just trying to control me, and I'm an independent woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
It's going to be, if you continue down this path, it's going to be hard for you to get married. How do you feel about that? You're not going to really want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, let go, let God, and it's just, it is what it is. And like, if I will meet someone that I want to marry, great. If not, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And just surrendering to whatever the plan is.
So your ex is working on himself as well?
Yeah.
He doing the silent prayer and all that?
He's not doing that.
Well, he's not working on himself.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I understand. Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we can go home now. Nick gonna pass the basket, and James has the credit card. That's amazing. Stay with it, stay with it. Most people are not gonna do that.
Yeah.
They will try, they'll give up intellectually. They say they have it, they don't, and they're going to give up.
Yeah.
Most people will not go to the point you're at right now. It's just too painful.
But the amazing part is that when you are taking responsibility, like what I was going through this week, how you can, I'm just amazed because I had a few days where I felt so kidnapped mentally, suffering, you know, revenge, or I want that person to suffer and I want to be right. And then when you let all of it go and you take responsibility, how free you can become in your mind.
Absolutely.
And it's just mind-blowing to me how we can enslave ourselves, like in our soul and with our, like how we live our life. And it's just really letting it all go. And then things are just coming together. And there was the resistance of me pointing the finger towards myself.
There's no one is to blame for us but us as adults. Our parents are to blame because they were not right and they brought us into their hell. But as an adult, you can't blame one soul because you're responsible for your own world. And in all honesty, everything that's happening to you is happening to you inside. It is not happening to you outside. Now, I know there are people outside who try to hurt you and whatever, right? But they can't touch you if you understand it only comes from you in your world. And you will get to that point to just know that for sure because the light will allow you to see it. And it's going to be impossible for the world to touch you. And human beings are, you're going to see people differently too. They're like, I don't want to use the word that come into my mind because you can't use it in the pulpit. But let's say Joey and I was talking and both of us using all our bad language like that. No, I'm playing. But human beings are just human beings. And you're looking at them and it's like, you're just looking at another person with no meaning. But before in that fallen state, you would look at people and you'll be all concerned what they're thinking, how they feeling, and what they have to offer you, and what can they take away from you. All those things disappear. They literally disappear because you live in your own world now, in your universe, in your world. That's amazing. I didn't know it could be that way.
Even when my mother had a moment of reacting, and I could feel that something in her wanted to to defend her motherhood, or you know, the method that she used to raising me, and I felt that there was something inside that wanted to be triggered, and instead I just laughed with her to just, it's okay, you know, to not go into that battle with her. And then it just diffuses, right?
That's right.
And
lay your weapon down and let them fight by themselves. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a great week.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Stay with it. It gets better and better and better and better. It really, really does.
Yeah. And that's how I see it now. As back in the days, I might refer to these weeks as, oh, I had a really tough week because of all this suffering, and now it's just amazing. I got to witness this within myself.
Yes.
And let it go, and that made it a great week. And yeah, that feels like a really great way to live life.
Well, if you stay with it, time is going to disappear, and Monday will seem like Friday. Yeah. It would just happen. And you're like, what the? And you're not going to be all busy, but yet you get everything done that you need to get done during the day, and you still have time left, and time will disappear. Yeah. It really will. Yeah. And no more stress and no more worry. Amazing. So